Nba2k Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet. The fans are filling the seats in Orlando, the site of our broadcast, and where the Magic will be going up against the Brooklyn Nets. Looking at the Nets, over the first half of the season, we've gotten a good sense of what this team is capable of. When they're on, which they have been consistently, they are an excellent unit. And as we come up to the midway point of the season, Kenny, we're seeing some of the veterans who started slower now picking up the pace.
Well, I think early on, a lot of times, if you've been in the playoff for some veterans, the early going in the season is a little mundane. But then as you start
starting at power forward, at 6 foot 9 inches, number 00, the other forward position.
The Nets are out of Brooklyn as they take on their Eastern Conference rival in today's game. The Magic make a quick stop here in front of their Orlando fans, just one game before heading out. And of course, C.J. Watson. This is their first game without him.
Kevin, I thought he was really an important player for them, undervalued and not given the credit he deserved. That's not to say the trade was a mistake, but I think they'll miss him more than you might expect.
You know, chemistry-wise, I agree with you, Clark, because he was a glue guy. You know, he's a guy that kind of held things together for them in a few areas, and so not having him around might take some getting used to.
All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So for Brooklyn now, we've got Johnson. Brook Lopez is out there with Young. Then it's Jarrett Jack, and it's Ellington in at the 2 spot. And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. Picked by Vucevic. Payton outside. To the inside. And it's Vucevic missing. The Orlando Magic coming to this one following a loss to the Spurs in San Antonio.
They played well enough to win that game. It really could have gone either way.
Yeah, you've got to play the entire 4 quarters. I mean, they played well for 3.5 quarters, and that's just not enough. You can't expect to win if you don't play a full game.
And for Brook Lopez, disappointing start to last season. The season before, he had played only 17 games, so he wanted to make an impact right off the bat. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, you know, he missed the first 2 games altogether with the foot injury and comes back to play pretty well, then hurts his back. Out for 8 more games, comes back again. He's benched in favor of Miles Plumlee. Just a very disjointed year for Lopez.
Oladipo, good. And so just over a minute and a half played. Young left side, and stolen by Harris. And here we go with the Magic fast break. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Harris has got his first points of the night. Brooklyn with the ball. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And what a heck of a performance for them, particularly offensively. I mean, there were stretches of that game where everything seemed to be falling.
Ball movement was superb, majestic, and they got good shots and they made them. So it wasn't a surprise, but the ball movement was the key.
Here's Gordon following the basket by Brook Lopez. The offensive rebound. The stupendous finish and trap.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
And Jack picks to Young. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100%. Can't do better than that.
Picked by Vucevic. Oladipo goes in. 11 feet away. Rejected by Young. And he slams it one-handed.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
And for Aaron Gordon, so much fanfare. And
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Here's Vucevic, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Johnson can't get it to go. Orlando trailing here. Now we go to Doris Burke, who spoke with Scott Skiles. Doris?
One of their harder tasks in this game will be finding a way to slow down the explosive scorer, Joe Johnson. He said there isn't any one answer, as Johnson can and will play so many different roles in an offense throughout the course of the game. He said he can initiate plays as well as finish plays. We'll just have to make sure we don't lose track of them. Guys?
And thanks for that story, Doris. Second chance shot, and it's Vucevic missing.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
The shot's good from Ellington.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
The Magic trail by 5. Now a timeout called by Orlando. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. And a new group in for the Nets. Bargnani is checked in for Lopez. Thomas Robinson comes in for Young. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Joe Johnson. And it's Bogdanovich in for Wayne Ellington. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. There's the dish to Fournier. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And that one's good. Hollis Jefferson's got his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
To the paint, here's Dedmon, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And guys, you don't think this fella can do some major damage if he gets an opening to the rim.
G8, they just learned that lesson the hard way. They better put a little bit more effort into their D the next time down.
Big time play at the basket right there, fellas.
Here's Napier. An easy layup after coming off the pitch. Napier's got his first points of the game.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Here's Bargnani, and again it's Brooklyn converting.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
It's like everybody is in a rhythm right now. Incredible stuff here early on.
Both teams playing downhill. You know, coaches say that all the time. You want to play downhill. Well, at some point you think somebody's got to cool off in this one, right?
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Boy, he had a nice look at it after drawing the foul. Boy, it would have been nice to get an and one there.
Good on both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Here's Fournier. He's got 6. And here's Fry from the arc. No luck. And Joe Johnson very encouraged by this team's strong play of late. He says they've got...
Well, I think the approach is a lot different.
Joe Johnson has obviously been on both sides of that equation, and there's no doubt he is a much happier guy now, that he expects to win.
You know, no better feeling than every time you take the court, you know if you do X, Y, Z, you have a chance to win. And Joe Johnson has seen them all since he joined the league way back when with the Celtics and quickly traded to Phoenix. Now he's on the upside again and mature enough to appreciate it.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
You know, it's been about how solid they've been offensively here, really tuned in with one another.
Good ball moving, and it's paid off on the scoreboard.
Inside, it's Fry and Vucevic. Payton is out there with Hazonia, and it's Harris in at the small forward. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for the Magic. Then for the Nets, Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Bargnani. And it's Johnson in for Hollis Jefferson. Fry passes to Oladipo. On the wing, Harris. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Harris has got his second basket of the night.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want. And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
It'll go, and the next lead is cut down to just one on the basket from Oladipo.
And every once in a while, he'll show up and give you some great moves around the hoop.
And Victor Oladipo, after a solid rookie campaign, really took it up a notch last season, even after missing Clark the first 9 games with that facial fracture.
I love this kid's gravitas. I mean, he's got a presence about him. His percentages improved across the board, field goal, three-point free throws. And I like his work ethic and his confidence.
Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Channing Frye. Payton kicks to Oladipo. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got 3 assists in the game.
In talking about Victor Oladipo's improvement, a lot of it has to do with his work ethic. Also his pregame film studies, something his college coach absolutely raved about. And all of that showed up for him big time last season.
That free throw missing.
And you know, back to Oladipo, we always talk about 5-star phenoms coming out of high school. He was just a 3-star guy. He's had to work for everything he's gotten, and I think that served him well. He's got a hunger and drive that you can't manufacture.
Ellington grabs the miss.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Lopez, a good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Lopez has got the lead up to 5 now for the Nets. The Magic have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Payton drives in. That's good.
How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Orlando.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Payton outside. Here's Harris. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
Almost automatic when he can get the basketball that close to the basket.
Well, defense has to be played earlier in that situation. You've got to fight to not allow him to get that position in the first place.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Oladipo dishes to Harris. Harris missing again.
The clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And Orlando making a change here. Fournier is checked in. And a change for the Nets. Jarrett Jack is checked in for Bogdanovich. Oladipo outside. And there's the feed to Dedmon. Brooklyn with the rebound. Lopez has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Intercepted. Harris against Johnson. And the foul called on Joe Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. Orlando making some changes. Smith checked in for Gordon. Hezonja comes in for Harris. And it's Napier in for Victor Oladipo. And then for Brooklyn, Bargnani is checked in for Lopez. Robinson comes in for Young. Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Wayne Ellington. And watching Evan Fournier, he's an intriguing 2-guard prospect. Saw his minutes, Greg, spike last season after getting traded at the deadline.
Yeah, he finally had the chance to get in and prove himself. Had a few strong outings in the second half of last year.
and he can't hit the second.
Boy, I like the height that Evan Fournier has as a two-guard. I mean, he doesn't have the lateral quickness that you'd like to see in that position, but as he gains strength, I think he should at least be capable and competent on the defensive end. And the foul on Jarrett Jack. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot two.
And back to Fournier, his real upside is on offense. Streaky three-point shooter, a crafty ball handler, and good vision from a passing standpoint. He just needs time on the floor and to continue to keep developing.
Jack passes to Bargnani. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Shoots from the baseline. Again, the Nets for two.
Playing smart offensively in the first half, no doubt about it.
Yeah, the numbers support it. I mean, they're shooting the much better percentage from the field so far.
There's a good screen. Uncovered. Count that one, and the Nets lead has been kept back down to 6. They get the basket from Azania.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Here's Jack, and the rejection by Smith. And here we go with the Magic fast break. And the shot is good. Fournier's got 8 points.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Yeah, I mean, test the hot hand. You're exactly right. I say let those triples fly.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Jack. Drops it in from 14 feet away. He's got 8. The Magic trail by 6.
And with the time left, they still can go 2 for 1.
Boy, they got to do it fast. They must hurry from here.
Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. That one goes. Count it. Johnson's got 7 now in this quarter.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
Not the guy you want to send to the line, Kevin.
Orlando shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
You know, even though they're behind, I love the job they've been doing getting to the free throw line.
We always like it when you're aggressive and not settling.
12 seconds left to play in the first half. And Jack kicks to Robinson. From deep, Johnson. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assists. And 12 points for Johnson. Fournier. No good trying to... And that concludes the...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille. A stellar first half for Joe Johnson. He had 12 points, 4 assists, and 1. And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. What can you say? Joe Johnson, an impressive effort here today.
That slasher mentality was on display in that first half. He got to the rim consistently.
Boy, I tell you what, he's got that great first step, and he must have had some quickness porridge or something, because he looks a little faster today than normal.
Yeah. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Johnson is out there with Young. Then there's Wayne Ellington. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Jack in at the point guard. Shoots from the baseline. It's deflected. Payton up top. Defended by Jack. Payton against Jack. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
Good call.
Brooklyn leading by 9. 9 feet out. Whistle blows. That's going to be a travel. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Oladipo outside. Passes it to Gordon. And taken away by Johnson. And here we go. Fast break. Jack's got it. It's blocked. Oladipo outside. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Drills it from outside. Harris has got 9 points.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
And for Victor Oladipo, guys, last season you saw him continue to make strides in this game. He has the build to be one of the best guards in the league, and he's on the right track right now. Very excited for his future.
Poked away. Here's Gordon. Banked in off the glass. Gordon's got 5 points now in the quarter.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
And Jack kicks to Young. Beyond the arc. And there's Lopez. That's good on the assist from Thaddeus Young. 9 points for Brook Lopez.
Yeah, it's such a sweet 3-point stroke there. And it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
Jack dishes to Young. Shoots from 14, and again it's Brooklyn converting. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. To the paint. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Vucevic.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Boy, I love the great assist that time by Jack.
Orlando's gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. Payton kicks to Oladipo. Rebound, Brooklyn.
You know, not really a significant margin in terms of them rebounding, but enough to get the job done.
Yeah, but one more advantage in the stat column, and that's what's translated to this lead.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster.
Well, this is nothing new. There is some debate on how successful max contracts have been in the NBA. A lot of players have demanded max contract money, but haven't lived up to the pay. And in my opinion, there are only about 15 guys worthy of max contracts in the league in any given year.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Jason Smith, he's checked in for Gordon. Hezonja comes in for Tobias Harris. And Evan Fournier subbed in for Payton.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Well, we were talking about max contracts. There are arguments to their benefits. Commissioner Adam Silver said last year that he feels they help with parity. What do you think?
You know, for the most part, I do believe he's correct. I mean, they do help with parity. For guys like LeBron and Durant, let's face it, the big max contract can be a hindrance. They're probably considered to be worth far more than they're paid. But it's going to be something that is debated back and forth throughout the next negotiations for the CBA.
Robinson, that's good.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Orlando making some changes. Fry comes in for Vucevic, and Shabazz Napier subbed in for Victor Oladipo. A minute 42 left to play in the third. Here's Fry. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
Jack passes to Bargnani. Unhindered, going off with that jam. Beautiful.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
And that last replay courtesy of Pia. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Brooklyn with the ball. 6-point game. Well, Clark, you follow international basketball so much, and Mauro Hezonja isn't a new name to you.
No, it's not, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing him do things in the NBA. Only played sparingly up until now, but the talent and skills he possesses, they get your attention.
Well, Hezonja has been playing as a pro since his 14th birthday.
Yeah, it happens that way in Europe.
Here's Fournier, and he gets the bucket. Fournier's got 12 in the game.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Here's Robinson, and the layup's good off the glass.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
The Magic trail by 9. Here's Napier. A floater stolen by Bargnani. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Screen by Smith. Here's Fournier, and Bargnani sends it back. Here's Hollis Jefferson, and a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. Jack's got his 6th assist on the night. Fournier, no good there. Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. The Magic shooting fantastically in this game, 62% from the floor. The backcourt is Payton and Oladipo. Harris at the 4, Vucevic in the middle. And it's Hezonja in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for Orlando. 6 to shoot. And Oladipo, here we go. Pulls it up. And he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in. Hezonja's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Magic. Jack dishes to Ellington. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%. The Magic trail by 13. And the pass to Payton. And we've played through about a minute here in the 4th. Harris a screen on Johnson. Shoots from the line. Second chance shot. And it's laid up and in by Harris.
The defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to continue to try and get.
I don't know how that one stayed out.
Vucevic a screen on Lopez. 11 feet away. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Hezonja's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Magic. And now Orlando on the break. And it's sent back by Lopez. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Aaron Gordon is checking in for the Magic. Nets leading by 9. Here's Ellington. Count that as his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Nets.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Yes, exactly, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what Scott Skiles said to his team. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
Boy, this game has really started to heat up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, I tell you what, I don't mind it. You don't either, it sounds like. Good offense is entertaining, and that's exactly what we're getting.
Here's Harris. Knocks it loose. The dive for the ball. Here's Ellington. It's blocked. Oladipo goes in. Soft touch off the glass.
And then that's got to happen if they want to have a chance to turn this thing around. I mean, he needs to just take the game over. I mean, it seems like he's been hesitant to pull the trigger.
Well, it was a slow start to his rookie year for Peyton, but it came along very strong.
Yeah, it looked really good for the Magic down the stretch. Even recorded his first triple-double. I think there will be more of those in his career.
And Jack kicks to Johnson. Inside. Jack against Peyton. Fires the three. And it's Jarrett Jack with the three. Jack's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And guys, for Peyton, so many were talking him up as the best point guard of the class early. But it's never easy to adjust to the NBA speed, and it just took him a little bit of time.
Johnson attacking. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
I love the killer instinct he shows right there, exploding to the rim to add to the lead.
Peyton against Jack. Here's Vucevic, and it's sent back by Lopez. Vucevic against Jack. They get it back. Lopez kicks to Young. For 3, Ellington. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
And guys, I think the next big step for Elfrid Payton is going to be getting his shot right. I mean, he has the tools to be an impact guard, but it's hard to create when you can't keep teams honest from deep.
The feed to Jack. Launches a 3, and the Nets another 3.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
I don't know. There might be more defense in the warm-ups. Right now, these are just shooting game shots.
Here's Oladipo. Vucevic gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
And Young slams it home.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Nets.
And Clark, we got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Well, basket after basket, they were in attack mode all game long.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And while it's a team game, you can't win without guys showing up. And that was the case tonight for Jack. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got. And really, if this had come just a little earlier, they may have been able to get back into the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. They needed this a lot sooner than they got it.
And it's Orlando's ball. They trail by 16. The open shot, Harris. That's good. And it's Peyton with the assist.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Johnson outside from deep. And the Nets another 3.
And really no better feeling than to go on the road and play this well and get the win.
Yeah, it's always a good win when you play the kind of game they have played tonight. I mean, especially, though, when you get it done on the road. That's a special, special feeling there.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
Dishes it to Young. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Peyton outside. He dishes it to Oladipo. Here's the screen. That's good.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Thanks, Kevin, and let's take a look now as we get.
I think his efficiency from the field was the biggest factor in this win. He made over 60% of his shots.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself,
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. We're bringing you the Houston Rockets out at Toyota Center as they face off against the Brooklyn Nets. Last outing for Brooklyn, they ended up with a win against the Magic at Amway Center. Feeling confident after a runaway win. We'll see if they carry over some of that momentum. And as we reach the midway point, Kenny, still a lot of games left on the schedule. How do players cope with the wear and tear their bodies go through?
Well, a lot of times when you're mentally or physically tired, you could sit there and all of a sudden you misquote things, you missay things here on the analyst desk. On the basketball court, that's turnovers. That's missing assignments, missing rebounds. Same thing. Like, I know this is our, 82nd game this year? You're starting to
and a shot here of the arena from up top. Beautiful night here in Houston, Texas. This is 2K Sports broadcasting from Houston, Texas, as the Rockets take it to the hardwood. The Houston Rockets coming to this one after a win against the Lakers in Los Angeles. And they put it all together in that game. It added up to a phenomenal win.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from three.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. I mean, when you shoot like that from outside, it really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So for Brooklyn now, Young is out there with Brook Lopez. Then there's Johnson. Then it's Jarrett Jack. And it's Bogdanovich in at the shooting guard.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
Brooklyn with the ball. After Moniunas' miss, shot by Jack, wide open, hits the jumper in space. Jack's got his first bucket of the night. And so here is Houston. Lawson outside. Pass to Harden. Now Brewer. He had 10 points in the win against the Lakers.
A lot of times in the first quarter, it will dictate how big a role a player has later on.
Johnson in the corner. Shoots. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. Here's Lawson. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Lawson's got his second bucket of the night. Johnson kicks to Young. Jack against Lawson. And Jack, here we go. And the basket good. Jack's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
He took good advantage of that screen. Harden's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. And Jack, here we go. And you can count it, he'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
The Nets shooting their first free throw of the night. For Houston, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Here's Harden, and it's Houston with another.
Listen, you got James Harden, clearly the front runner for the best shooting guard in the NBA. Arguably in the conversation for the best player in our league. And listen, he's a league leader in scoring a season ago. He's a one-man wrecking crew offensively.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
That's tipped. Here's Lawson. The feed now to Harden. Lawson dishes to Brewer. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. And James Harden really an offense unto himself, as Greg was just talking about. They had a stat which combined three-pointer made and first. And Clark, it wasn't even close.
Well, that was a mouthful in terms of breaking down those analytics. But I tell you what, he does a great job of attacking and finding teammates for threes. I can put it simply that way.
From 11 feet away, they get the rebound. Tries again and count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
That's his 4th straight make right out the chute. He's setting a pretty high standard for himself here.
Just like you draw it up before you come out.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Terrence Jones is checked in for Monty Eunice. McDaniels comes in for Corey Brewer. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Ty Lawson. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Bargnani is checked in for Lopez. Thomas Robinson comes in for Thaddeus Young. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Johnson. And Ellington is subbed in for Bogdanovich. Harden's shot is good.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
The Nets working the ball around now. Bargnani passes to Ellington. Sinks the triple.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Rockets leading by 3. There's the screen. And Beverly kicks to Harden. And Houston again with the bucket.
This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
Bargnani dishes to Jack. Jack's up a 3. No good. And the Rockets take it the other way. This game against Brooklyn here, it's their first look at the Nets.
Yeah, and they took both games they played against this club last season.
Yeah, Greg, I like this matchup for them. Not a cakewalk. It's not going to be easy, but they clearly have the advantage.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
And most impressive when you do it on the road like that. They just kept coming at them wave after wave, and they really kept the crowd on mute in that one.
Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for James Harden.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Jack against Beverly. Jones the pass to Thornton. And that one's good. Thornton's got his first 2 points.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
There's Hollis Jefferson. Rockets with the rebound.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
That is good. Ellington's got 6 points.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
And the foul on Jarrett Jack. That is his first foul of the game. .11 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Thornton. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. 6 points for him.
Not much defense to speak of yet here, guys.
Nope. It's been all offense, fellas, all the time here early.
And there's... And Rockets head coach Kevin McHale talked about the offense. Zigging and zagging and juking and jaking to boot, man, with Harden's speed. Clark, it must seem like he's running downhill while you try to guard him.
Yeah, it does seem that way. He plays downhill for sure. I mean, he's relentless, Kevin. Kind of like gravity in a sense.
Yeah, right.
Ever present.
Yeah. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Anytime you can get to the rim consistently early in the game, it allows you to get into a good rhythm offensively.
It really does. I mean, it's a lot easier to get buckets inside. That's elementary, and they've done that through one.
They've got Brewer. Lawson out there with Thornton. Then it's Jones. And it's Monty Eunice in at the 4. That's the 5 for Houston right now. With the shot. The shot's good from Lawson. Lawson's got his 3rd basket of the night. Nets trail by 7. Watching Brook Lopez, he all the time contributes in every category. It's amazing the number of ways he affects the game.
Deadly with the shot. Tremendous touch back to the basket moves, facing up, makes free throws. Good offensive rebounder, capable passer. And he just makes things happen.
The Nets have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Johnson, that's for 2. Lopez kicks to Johnson. The tray. That's good. Johnson's got his second bucket tonight.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker. Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
And the Rockets making a change here. Harden's checked in, and the Nets making a change here as well. Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for Bargnani. Here's Lawson. Drops in the layup for 2. Lawson's got 4 points this quarter.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Harden dishes to Lawson. Harden sets the pick for Lawson. A step-back shot here. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Lawson's got 10 points. Nets trail by 7. Johnson kicks to Lopez. Here's Bogdanovich. And again, Brooklyn with the triple. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. There's a screen by Motiejunas. And Lawson, here we go. And the shot is good. 12 points for him.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. Defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense. Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Brook Lopez, guys, started the season as the starting center for the Nets last year, but it didn't end up that way.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
And they're able to recover. And another shot, and it's Houston with another.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game. And that's helped them take this lead.
Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Houston. Patrick Beverly comes in for Ty Lawson. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Jack's checked in. Lopez ended up coming off the bench for the Nets for a stretch last season. There was a lot of debate, Clark, if that was the right role for him.
Kevin, clearly there were differing opinions because as soon as it happened, every GM called Brooklyn up to see if Lopez was available.
Here's Motiejunas, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Motiejunas has got the lead up to 8 now for Houston.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Beverly. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. There's a screen by Motiejunas. Beverly, the pass to Motiejunas. And another 3 for Houston.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
It's Harden with the drive, pushing their lead to double digits. And now it's an 11-point Rocket lead. And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for the Rockets.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Guys, I'm not sure there's a better star player who's a better fit for his team's philosophy than James Harden. Clark reflects the Rocket system perfectly.
I don't think you're wrong on that, Kevin. I mean, the Rockets, an analytically minded team. They love layups, free throws, and threes. Harden can get all of those done.
KJ McDaniels, he's checked in for the Rockets. And then for Brooklyn, Bargnani is checked in for Lopez. Thomas Robinson comes in for Young, and Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Johnson. Jack for three, and again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And Harden, either intentionally or not, is really the poster child for a new era of analytics that's starting to drive basketball. I mean, he generates a lot of points, but most importantly, he does it with tremendous efficiency, in part because he lives at the free throw line.
No good from Jack.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
They're very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that. And, you know, for the Rockets, acquiring James Harden might be the trade of the decade. You look at what they gave up, and it's hard to argue that they didn't win that transaction in a big way.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Bogdanovich dishes to Bargnani, hands it from downtown. Bargnani's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Back-to-back threes for him. The defense is slacking off a little.
You've got to respect that three, or you'll give up points in a hurry.
Harden up top. He's got 24. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. Andre Bargnani picks one up.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
And it's sent back by Howard. And we've reached half.
Well, James, an impressive first half for you. What allowed you to come out so strong?
Just trying to be aggressive, trying to get out early and give a little spark to my teammates. You know, and they followed along. So, you know, it's just a matter of us not turning the ball over and getting stops.
You're not a bad guy to follow, James. Thank you so much. Over to you guys.
Thank you, Doris. And folks, don't go away after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome, everyone. We'll be taking a look back at what was James Harden was the man in the first. He had 27 points, 3 assists, and 1. All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just...
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
Kicking off the second half, here's Lionel Hollins' foul. Jarrett Jack is out there at Bogdanovich. Then it's Young. Then there's Johnson. And it's Lopez in at the 5 down low. Nets trail by 17. And Jack, here we go. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
Well, that's simply a great move there, Kevin. He dusted off the defense and got to the cup for the easy basket.
Lawson's against Jack, and he gets it to go. 14 points for Lawson.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots. And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Howard, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in him. He has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about my knees, my man. He looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
Houston making a switch here. Jones is checked in. Rockets leading by 14. Howard with a screen on Jack. And it's Jones. That time on the assist by Lawson.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
And for Terrence Jones, there's a quiet excitement surrounding him in personnel circles. Last season, he was a much better rim protector, way up in blocks, and his three-point percentage was up as well. So those are the kinds of year 3 improvements that talent evaluators are always looking for, especially when you come into the league as an underclassman.
The Rockets have gotten every shot that dropped since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. Harden kicks to Brewer. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Brewer's got 9 points.
This is a fantastic run to start this second half.
Jack inside the line, and again it's Brooklyn converting.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field. And one thing we know is that across the board in the NBA, attendance is up all over. Franchise values are also at an all-time high. Overseas, the game continues to grow as well.
Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for James Harden. Wayne Ellington's checked in for the Nets. Lawson outside. Back to Jones. Here's the 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. And the media deal in play says a lot about the popularity. It's not just broadcast. Fans are showing up as well.
Sellouts were at a record 700 last season, Kevin. The previous record was 676, almost 22 million regular season fans. That's a big number.
And the foul on Jarrett Jack. That's foul number 2 for him. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Houston. And then for Brooklyn, Bargnani comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Thomas Robinson in for Thaddeus Young. And Thornton kicks to Jones. Brewer, the pass to Howard. From 12 feet out. And he hits the jump shot. Howard's got his second bucket of the night.
And I want to see more of that from him. I mean, he's been passing up on his shot more than usual, even though he's hitting the ones that he takes.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
And it's been the difference. That's what's enabled them to build such a big lead, no doubt about it.
Here's Johnson. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. 7 points for Joe Johnson.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
More active and more physical down low. That's what's really been the difference thus far.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside. And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Here's Beverly. Robinson with the block. Here's Brewer. Nailed from three-point land. Brewer's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Oh, what a special performance this guy's putting on from long range.
Well, that has been his shot today. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
And he finishes nicely on the layup. Thornton's got 8 points.
What a big-time mismatch it's been in the post. Where's the defensive adjustment? They're getting housed down there.
Yeah, something's got to change. A double team, maybe a substitution, but this is getting out of hand.
Down low. And it's Jones, that time on the assist by Beverly. 6 points for Terrence Jones.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Beverly dishes to Jones. Three-pointer. And another 3 for Houston.
And how about that? Responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth. Here we go.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, Heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
The Rockets have been solid at the line so far, 4 for 4.
And they've been mediocre all season long, just about 72% from the line.
And, you know, you don't have to tell them what their free throw numbers are. I mean, they're well aware of it, believe me.
And Jack, here we go. Oh, and he just knocked down the...
All right, Houston, coming out of the corner, your own Rockets power dancer.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Houston leading by 12. Modiunas and Howard the post pair. Harden out there with Lawson. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Lets it go from deep. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 3rd rebound on the night. A nice shot by Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic has got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Nets. Lawson kicks to Howard. Here's McDaniels. No good on the 3. Nets trail by 10. Here's Bogdanovic. No good on the triple. Houston's gone 7 of 10 shooting from three-point land tonight. Excellent numbers from outside. Houston making a switch. Brewers checked in.
That's his first personal foul. Substitution for Rockets. Corey Brewer.
It's Harden with the drive. That's good. Harden's got 31 points.
Just carrying the load right now offensively, guys. He is not wasting any chances.
From where I sit, Greg, it's a simple deduction. If they want things to be easy on themselves here late, make sure he has the ball.
Brewer's shot is off. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Bogdanovic, he gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
It has been a 3-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive.
Modiunas kicks to Harden. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
Old-fashioned, isn't it, my man? Old-fashioned, pound-the-rock basketball, and it is definitely working for them.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. During that last break, I heard Lionel Hollins as he addressed his team. He was definitely not pleased. He said, you guys look lethargic out there, and told them they've got to increase their activity level. He ended the huddle by saying, this is not going to get the job done. I want to see who's going to step up.
And Lawson, here we go. Rejected by Young. Here's Bogdanovic. Lawson defending. Rockets leading by 8. Harden the pass to Brewer. Lawson right side. And some nice passing there by Houston. Screen by Howard. Lopez with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Jack's got it. Count the bucket. Jack's got 48.
He is just self-willing his team right now, doing everything he can to keep them alive.
Timeout called, the Rockets. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Lawson dishes to Howard. A baseline J. The Rockets with another miss.
They get that one, but guys, on the night, that's been the problem, securing the ball.
They've been out-hustled. At this point, hard to see them recovering from that.
It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Lopez.
How about this run they're in the midst of, on the verge of tying it up or maybe even taking the lead?
has been an unreal turnaround, and I give a lot of credit to the defense right along with what they did on offense, because the defense actually gave them the spark they needed.
Shaq with it. Now Lawson defending. Young with no one around. Good, and Jack gets the assist. Jack's got 5 assists in the game. Rockets leading by 3. And Lawson with the drive. Good defensive work there by Young.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Got that one up quick. Jack's got 50 points.
And tired legs affect you at the defensive end first, and that's what we're seeing here.
You called it, Greg. As much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
He had a nice open look right there.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
Feeds it to Bogdanovich. Dishes it to Johnson. And it's sent back by Howard. Harden kicks to Brewer. For the 3. And it's Lawson. That time on the assist by Harden. Harden's got his 6th assist on the night. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Houston.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're ahead by 4. 1:32 left in the 4th quarter. In the corner, it's Brewer. Teardrop shot. Rebound, Brooklyn. Lopez has got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Yeah, they collect one there, but overall, -10 rebounding for the game.
And you wonder why they're losing big? Well, wonder no more. I mean, you hit the nail on the head there, partner.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're up by 1. 1:15 left to play here in the 4th. 1:15 left in the 4th quarter. And he gets it to go. And that's now 19 points for Lawson.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And it's good. There it is. He ties the game. And that's 10 points for Joe Johnson. And so it's Houston with it. Harden outside. Screen by Howard. This one for 3. No good from Lawson. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting it as well as you're going to see, 67%.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Clark, a critical possession right here.
Boy, Kevin, you can just feel the crowd on pins and needles right now.
Screen by Howard. It's Harden with the drive from outside the arc. Buries it. And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
My goodness, Ty Lawson has been scintillating.
Shaq with it. Now Lawson defending. Second chance shot. Young for 3. It's money from deep.
No, that's the shot of the game.
Well, he was fearless enough to get it up and down, and it paid off for him.
Timeout called the Rockets. They're trailing by 3. 26 seconds left in the 4th quarter. .26 seconds left in the 4th quarter. There's a screen by Modi Yunus. Lawson kicks to Brewer. And some nice passing there by Houston. He nails it, and we're tied up. Timeout called the Nets. The score is tied at 1:15. 11 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. 11 seconds left in the game. Kicks it out to Johnson from past the arc. Right between the eyes.
What a final quarter these guys are having from downtown, just burying the threes in bunches.
And they might as well keep going back to the well. No reason not to. I mean, work that perimeter. It's going good for you. Work it until it stops.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, we have Brooke Lopez with us. You guys faced a team tonight that really gave a strong effort, yet you were able to overcome them in the end to pick up this victory.
You know, I think it shows our poise, you know. We responded, you know. I think we were really...
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Now let's take this opportunity to check out our Jordan Player of the Game. It was nothing short of a professional offensive clinic he put on today. He hit shots from every place he took them, and he took a lot of them to score more than 50 points.
In terms of three-point shooting, this could be framed as a historic performance. Hitting that many three-point shots in a single game is borderline impossible. The pressure was off the rest of the guys offensively. They just had to worry about getting him the ball.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson.